What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and we are back for the second leg of the Europa League match between Borussia Dortmund and Rangers. It's gonna be an interesting one. I'm not sure how a lot of you guys are feeling. The poll votes got 37 votes, but it was pretty even. So I think there's a lot of you guys in there who don't have a ton of faith in Dortmund away from home turning around this this 2-goal deficit. But we've talked about their last few matches being absolutely wild, meaning losing at home against Leverkusen 5-2, winning on the road against Berlin 3-0, losing at home 4-2 to Rangers, winning at home against Gladbach 6-0. You don't really know what to expect from this team, to be completely honest, and I don't really know either. I don't honestly have a ton of faith that we're going to be able to turn over this scoreline, but we've talked about away goals and how there is obviously not a thing anymore. So this is actually like a 2-goal difference. That is it. It is 2-0 scoreline. Dortmund win 2-0 and they take this thing to extra time. That's just as simple as it is. But hopefully you guys are doing well today, and if you are and you're just tuning in, be sure to drop a like on the chat now, guys. I'm going to get into the comments right away, but I am going to first talk about the starting lineup and let you guys know Schultz is not playing center back, so it's just, you guys can relax. It's all good. There's no possible way we're playing that way, and if we do it, we would be surprised. Google is wrong. My assumption, which, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say no possible way, because it just, yeah, more than likely it's a 4-2-3-1. Kobel's in net. Right back will be Meunier. Center back will be Chan, Hummels. Left back will be Schultz. 2 CDMs will be De Hood, Bellingham. Right attacking mid will be Hazard. Left attacking mid will be Brandt. Royce better be playing through the middle. And striker will be Mullen. But that being said, looking at it the way that FootMob and Google and whatnot have it, I can... If it is to be played that way, yes, Hummels, it would be the 3-4-2-1, the system that we all are cheering for. Hummels would be the central center back. That's an advantage. Chan can play on the outside right. It's then Schultz who would be playing outside left center back, which is iffy. My assumption that if we play in that system, Meunier would be the right wing back. Hazard would be left wing back. That's where Hazard has played before. De Hood, Bellingham. The 2 center mids, Brandt, Royce. The 2 cams, Mullen, striker. I'm curious, because you know what? I said not a chance at first. Just if you swap Hazard and Meunier, that looks a little bit more realistic. But I don't know. Who's on the bench? Just absolutely no faith whatsoever in Pongacic. I probably would have started Guerrero at left wing back, had Hazard at right wing back, had Chan at outside left center back, and then had Meunier at outside right center back. That would have looked a little bit better, but you know what? I take it back. There could be a chance. The system is better played in a 3-4-2-1. I bet you even with Schultz at outside left center back, this team will play better if they line up that way rather than the 4-2-3-1. But we shall see. I got a little distracted there, but let's get in the chat, see how you guys are all doing. Guerrero's on the bench, though. He is. I don't know 100% no. It makes no sense why Pongacic and Guerrero are on the bench. It does, though. Not Guerrero, but Pongacic will not step foot on the field. There's no surprise around that bias, but Guerrero's a little surprising. I agree with that. I would have, like I said, I would have had Chan on outside left. I would have had Meunier and outside right center back for the back three with Hummels, and then I would have had Guerrero and Hazard as the 2 wing backs. Maybe even throw Wolf in there after that performance. That's what I would have done. I don't like that Schultz is on the pitch, I'm not going to lie. I think maybe Schultz is playing center back to hopefully stop Kent since he's fast. It would be outside. There's a big difference playing as an outside left center back than there is playing a center back in a back 4, but it's still not where I'd like to see Schultz, if I'm being completely honest. Google might be wrong. Yeah. If Rangers plays the game like they've already won it, then I can see Dortmund pulling off the comeback. It'll be interesting, man. Like, I don't know. My faith is a little shaken. Josh, I'm really worried about the formation. This is the perfect recipe for disaster. So, which formation? Do you think they're going to play in the 4-2-3-1, or do you think they're going to play in the 3-4? I actually hope they play with Schultz as the outside left center back. It can't be any worse than playing at left back. The only reason I think it makes sense is because if you look player by player, Hummels is at his best in that back 3. Chan, in my opinion, at his best is probably an outside center back. That is where I think he's fine. Schultz would be one of the iffy ones, but then you have Meunier playing at right wing back, Hazard playing at left wing back. Both of them will have the ability to go up and down the pitch. It gives De Hood and Bellingham more of an opportunity to play the way that they do instead of sitting back because they have the three-man coverage. They then have Brandt and Royce as dual cams with Mullen as a striker. So it fits. Again, I've been screaming this all season. It fits the personnel, except in this particular instance, we have Chan at one outside center back and we have Schultz as the other. So, I mean, I get where you guys are coming from. It's a little nerve-wracking regardless. Josh, how do you think Rosa would have felt if he had asked the board for a defender and they signed Pongacic? Well, I'm pretty sure he didn't have a problem with it at the time. But, yeah, he kind of wanted it. But this is the other system that we could go with. Producer T put it together. If they don't go with the back three, this is how it would be played. If you guys go to Google, you can see the formation there. But this is another way tonight's matchup can be played. And like I said, it's the back four, which, I mean, it would have Schultz in position, it would have Mounier in position, it would have Hummels in position, and I guess Chan. We don't even know what Chan's position is. And then you have the two CDMs, Dahoud, Bellingham, Royce, Brandt, Hazard, and then Mullen. So we'll have to see. It could switch in transition as well. We don't 100% know. But no, Pongacic should not have stepped on the pitch. Maybe it's a back five, Schultz at left back, Hazard right back, Mounier center back. That makes more sense. Who's that? Alex who said that? Alex said that. That makes more sense. It would be Schultz at left wing back. It would be Hazard at right wing back. It would be Mounier at outside right, center back, Chan at outside left, Hummels through the middle. Alex, I bet you out of the systems that I just continually been listing up, I bet you that's the one. So big shout out to Alex, because I was looking at it and I was like, it doesn't look right, but that makes way more sense. Having Schultz push up to wing back, having Mounier with his frame. Yeah, I bet you that's it. I bet you we do play the 3-4-2-1, but in that system. But we don't know. We will have to wait and see, guys. We'll have to wait and see. But shout out to Alex, because that makes a lot of sense. Gladbach was an easy game. Don't think that'll be easy. No, Pongacic isn't going to play. How am I already having a heart attack before kickoff? I know how. You support Dortmund, my man. Oh, the Europa League theme song just started playing. It's epic. It is epic. It is epic, man. I wanted to see a deep run. I'm not going into this match with a ton of confidence. Just because it's Dortmund, man. I don't know what to expect. I don't know. Are we going to get the one that got thrashed against Rangers and Leverkusen? Or are we going to get the one that thrashed Gladbach and Berlin? I have no idea what we're going to get. I don't love the starting 11. But considering our options, I mean, if we can come together the way we did. I don't like that Guerrero didn't start. It doesn't make a lot of sense unless he must have a knock or something, because he had such a good game last time. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Josh, it's a 3-4-2-1. Yes. We were going through different ones. We had this one put on the screen for you guys as a potential, and we don't know. Just because it Google or myself shows it one way, that does not mean that's the starting 11. But I think Alex is right. I do think it's going to be the 3-4-2-1. Kobel in net, Hazard right wing back, Mounier outside right center back, Chan outside left, Hummels to the middle, Schultz at wing back, Dahoud, Bellingham, Royce, Brandt as the two cams, and then Mullen up front. Akanji's not in the squad. No, he is not. Reports are that Manchester United are interested in Akanji, and I think Dortmund should sell, get the money, because he's got 1 year left on his contract, doesn't want to re-sign. And we're bringing in Sula and hopefully Schotterbeck and maybe even who else knows, but it'll be interesting. If Hazard is not on the wing backs, then I don't know why he is starting. I think Moukoko should have started this game. He's definitely playing as a wing back. That's for sure. I don't know if Moukoko is ready to start this type of match. I think Moukoko could have a role to play coming from the bench. But yeah, looking at our bench, I mean, Marius Wolf could have been a decent option as one of the wing-back positions. Had Hazard on the left, had Wolf on the right, but instead Schultz got the nod. Other than that, because obviously Guerrero must not be fit. Otherwise, for me, it just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, Rangers are lining up in their 4-2-3-1. Kent, Morales, Arfield, Jack, Lundstrom, a couple guys to keep an eye on. Good old McGregor in net. I think he's probably 45, 40. Sounds close. 40 years old now. Dalio on the bench. Davies on the bench. Kamara on the bench. This will be an interesting one, man. It'll be a cool atmosphere. I know a couple guys who are at the game right now, which will be pretty exciting to see. I'm so nervous. I'm playing a Bayern career mode right now, and Dortmund's actually good. What do you think about Adama Traore as a winger? I think he's got a... I thought he was a one-stop kind of guy. Poor finishing, poor crossing. Very speedy, good dribbler. But he's got a really good start to his life in Barca. So if he can polish off some of his crossing ability and his finishing, he could be a decent little winger. Yashez for Wolves. He didn't have anyone who could finish. We had Raul Jimenez there, but I don't think he's the best crosser of the ball, to be honest. I hope Dortmund spends some money in the summer. Adeyemi seems like a doubt. I hope they don't sign Adeyemi. I've said that like 4 or 5 times. I don't think he's the best. I don't think he's the best bang for your buck. I think he's exactly a Dortmund style signing, and I don't think he's the option. I like Adeyemi. I think he's a great young player. I just don't think he's gonna fit the system. And Dortmund, in my eyes, have made some big errors over the last few years, and it's mainly in recruitment. Find your manager, ask him how he wants to play. I don't think Marco Rose is screaming, yes, get me Adeyemi, a player who doesn't fit my system at all. But, all right, guys, we're about to get kickoff here. The guys are taking a knee. So if you guys are just joining us, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub, and Morales is about to kick us off. Get your score predictions in. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna do one. I'll read your guys' score predictions out. We're underway. Can Dortmund find a way back into this tie? Raul Jimenez had a fractured skull last season. Oh, right, yeah. Well, I mean, I knew that. He's back this season, but obviously Adama is not there. How many games did he play last season? Because it was that Arsenal match, obviously, that was a horrifying scene, and then he missed, obviously, a ton of seasons. So, yes, that is a fair point. But he played a decent amount of games. I didn't think he had he wasn't on, Traore wasn't on great form even when Jimenez was in. But regardless, yes, Jimenez did miss the majority of last season for Wolves. It's a decent turn. So yeah, I'm gonna keep a specific little eye right here to see what and how this Dortmund team is playing. Because right now it looks like a back four. And you can tell because of where Schultz is. So yeah, I think the 4-2-3-1 system that we had was correct. If you watch where Schultz is, he's beside Hummels, which tells me the back four is Schultz on left back, left center back is Hummels, center back is Chan, and right back is Meunier. And then obviously the two CDMs, De Hood, Bellingham. You see Hazard up on left attacking mid with Royce, Brandt on right attacking mid, and Mullen. So it'll switch. It'll switch between the two systems, but right off the bat, it does look like a back four. I really don't see us doing all the business we need to do this summer. Like, we have way too much to do, especially if Akanji leaves. Andrew, you're spot on in every word you said. We have so much work to do, and I don't think we can pull it off in a summer. Not everything. I think we need to dump a bunch of players out of this squad. I think we need to bring a lot of new blood in. Sewell's a good start. It's a good header there from Morales over the bar, but yeah, it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky to do all that work because they're from top to bottom. Because this team, like I said, is not built for a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 what Rosa wants to play. So we need wingers, at least 2. We need maybe 2 CDMs with Witzel leaving. We just got a center back. With Akanji leaves, we need another center back. Like, there's a lot of work, guys. And I don't know how the board is going to be able to do it all. Barcelona have more signings at the position of need. They do. 10 Premier League games, Josh, with 24-minute cameo in the... Appreciate that, Yash. So, yeah, did not feature much last season, obviously. But it's cool to see Jimenez back. I don't know if any of you guys watched the Code Red documentary. It's on Wolves' YouTube channel. It's quite an emotional roller coaster, and it's cool to see Raul Jimenez getting back there. That's a nice little ball to Marco Reus. Hazard going all over the place, so it still tells me we're playing in a 4-2-3-1. The front three kind of going all over the place. Josh, what's the formation looking like? Like I said, it will switch, guys. That's a good ball for Schultz, but won a corner, so that was a decent job. We're playing in a 4-2-3-1 right now, but I do think throughout the match it'll switch in some way, shape, or form into a 3-4-2-1. But you can just tell by watching where Schultz is playing right now. I mean, he's not playing as a center back. He's up the pitch. He's playing, and then Hazard, Brandt are swapping sides as well. and Royce is playing at Cam with Mullen up front. So it is a 4-2-3-1. But I do think that they'll have the ability to, like I said, to swap a little bit. That's a good ball. That's off the post. Oh, no. That would have been a perfect start for Dortmund. Mullen does well. Oh, did he go out of play? The boys have all stopped. I don't know what's going on. Well, buy Adeyemi because Dortmund, I think, well, maybe sign a CDM or right back. We don't need Adeyemi, though. We need a proper winger. There's no reason we should sign Adeyemi. He's a very similar type of player to Daniel Mullen, unless we're playing like a two-striker system where I think they could potentially complement each other. There's no indication that we're going to do that. But a post very early into this match. So yeah, Mullen didn't keep that in. BVB needs to be nasty, concentrated. Let's go and hurt him. Well, what a start that would have been. 5 minutes into this match. That would have been such a good start, man. We're away from home and we're down by 2. That would have been the start Dortmund would have needed to really put some panic in Rangers' minds right now. But instead, they get one off, and now they're going the other way. But let's get some predictions, guys. Just put yes or no in the chat right now. Is Dortmund going to go through? Yes or no in the chat. Let me know. Let me know what your guys' mindset's at. Will we be playing the round of 16, or is this the end to Europe for this Dortmund side right now? What is the time on your screen, Josh? I'm at 5 minutes and 30 seconds on DAZN Canada. No, 2-0. No. Yes. Okay, the yeses are coming in. 3-0 Dortmund from Jose. Josh knows I'm gonna. Yeah. This will be a tough task, man. You guys are pretty split. Most of you guys are pretty 50-50 on yes versus no. I'm similar to Yash, man. Like, I would love to see some type of turnaround, and I don't think it's impossible. It takes one lapse of concentration, and all of a sudden it's a 3-goal game. Just like that. I think if Dortmund would have scored that one seconds ago where we hit the post, it would have really made things interesting. But Rangers just need to hold on. They need to cause some problems and then capitalize once, and that's probably game, set, match. And the voice of Kevin Hart. No. You see a couple yes. Angie says probably not. What was that pass from Brandt? I know Catalina's going to be the most positive person you're going to find in this chat. She says yes, and we are taking no prisoners. Also, Sevilla are waiting, including Delaney, because he should not have been sold to Papu Gomez's team. Yeah, Sevilla go through. I didn't take a look at all the other matches. Actually, I think I can try to remember off the top of my head. I think Sevilla went through 3-2. Porto went through on a nail-biter 4-3 against Lazio. I'm just going to check out the other scores quickly for you guys who did not know. So yeah, Sevilla goes through 3-2. Porto goes through 4-3. Atalanta dominate, go through 5-1. And Leipzig, with an impressive 3-1 victory over Sociedad, go through 5-3 in aggregate. Willy Orban, Silva, and Forsberg hitting the back of the net. So decent job there from, I mean, everyone's least favorite Bundesliga side, but still in Europe, it's not too bad. Hey, Dortmund guy, feeling positive about today? I don't know if positive is the correct word. I feel I feel like there's nothing to lose. I feel like we've just been so disappointing of late, regardless of that nice 6-0 victory. That just, I don't know. Dortmund go out here, you're away from home, you lost at home 4-2. See if you can pull some type of miracle off, and if not, you know what? It's par for the course for this season, I guess. They had a really good chance in the opening 5 minutes to put one in the back of the net, but we're not able to get the job done. But there's a couple other big results that happened in Europe today with away from home. Atalanta taking down Olympiacos away from home, and Leipzig taking down Sociedad away from home. So a couple big Europa League away matches and big results. So there's no reason Dortmund can't do the same. At least think that they can't do the same. Kingston says 7 games, 41 goals equals Dortmund last games. Yeah, Kingston has absolutely had it with the defensive showing from the boys in recent terms, and I can't really disagree with him. Barcelona scored. Interesting, interesting. Let me know, guys, in the chat if any of you guys even care. Let me know, who did you prefer to win, Barcelona or Napoli? I kind of want to see Napoli win the Scudetto this season, so I kind of want Barca to win. So, you know, Napoli could simply just focus on the Scudetto. I think it's something that they need to win. I think it'd be a great way for Insigne to stamp down his legacy even more. And they haven't won it in a very long time. Because other than that, I think Inter's going to go it. So I like, that's the only, so you kind of get what I'm saying? Like, I want Napoli to be successful and win the Scudetto. That's why I don't want to see them get distracted by the Europa League. That's just my mindset. But it looks like you guys are more Napoli. You prefer Napoli over Barca. Napoli just because I don't like Barca. Can I recommend a video in the chat? It's not mine. Top, knock yourself out. FC Barca. Angie wants Napoli. We got a prediction from Woodcake Pie 123. Incredible name joining the chat. It says 2-0 for Dortmund and to win on penalties. That'd be something else. So that would be we'd be in for a long stream. Yash says Barca's gonna win. Who scored for Barca, guys? Anyone know? Possession for Dortmund's been pretty impressive so far. 65 to 35 so far. Haven't done a whole bunch with it. I cannot respect anything at Barca. I got a soft spot for Barca, as you guys know. I went to while I was in my European journey and went and watched Dortmund play live. I also went to the Camp Nou and watched Barca play live. It was wild. It was wild. Dortmund was better. It simply was. There was 81,000 packed stadium versus in Barca, which holds 99,000. They had about 75 there. So the stadium looked relatively empty, even though there were 75,000 people in it, just because there's technically 23,000 empty seats. But so I have a soft spot for Barca. I love the culture over there. Before the game, the outside, the atmosphere was just absolutely wild. Maxwell made a video about the situation at BBB, defense recruitment and stuff. It's great, but sad to watch. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'll talk up Maxwell every single day of the week. I found Maxwell, and I don't know if he's in the chat. I doubt he's in the chat, but if he's in the chat, say hello. I found him. His U.S. men's national team failure video came up as a recommendation for my channel. And like my Josh Deming channel. It's not even a channel, just my Josh Deming like 0 subs account. It popped up, and he's a talented kid. So I tagged Tactical Manager and a bunch of other guys in it and said, look at this video, man. This kid is good. And yeah, and I think if OC's here, he's a big fan of Maxwell's work as well. And yeah, his channel's really blown up since that, and he deserves it because he's a good essay writer, video essay writer. But Isudo Mukuku has joined us and said, I'm trying to watch the game for free on TV, but it doesn't load. I'm watching on DAZN Canada. So that's, you know, how Canadians get it done. If you guys are just joining us today, though, guys, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub as well, and say hello if you're new around here. There's still time to get your predictions in, sort of. So we're 12 minutes in. 0-0 scoreline. Wolves are winning 1-0. Interesting. Lucas says that Mukuku should have started. I don't think Mukuku should have started. I think that he'll be a valuable player to potentially come off the bench later in the match. That's got to be offside, surely. But we'll have to see. I don't know. Because he's not a cam. If we're gonna play in the 4-2-3-1, maybe you could have started him over Brandt and had him wide, had him cut in from the right on his left foot. But I think we're trying to switch a little bit from the 3-4-2-1 to the 4-2-3-1, and I think Brandt's just a little bit better at that. But later in the game, it wouldn't surprise me if Mukuku ends up coming on. As there's a poor touch from Brandt, and Rangers go away, find Scotty Arfield. Rangers trying to calm things down. His possession's been definitely in Dortmund's hands off the start, with the best chance of the match as well, but I just feel like Dortmund need to get one for sure before halftime. Barca scored again from Frankie de Jong. Damn. Besides Dortmund, guys, Barcelona has been the team I've watched the most this season. Again, you guys know my my deep down love for Barca, but also it's just the game's available to me. It's on TSN. If you guys are Canadians out there, you'll know what I mean. La Liga rights are owned by TSN, so every Barca game seems to be a priority. So, and they've had just an interesting storyline this season with the shit show that is Barcelona. I don't know. It's been a fun kind of watch. But yeah, looks tough now for Napoli. I thought for sure they'd have been the favorites in this. But I mean, the rejuvenated Barcelona, man, with Adama Traore, Aubameyang, Dembele, the reunion no one wanted to see in Dembele and Aubameyang, especially us Dortmund fans. There's a good ball, and Daniel Mullen, Napoli usually very solid at home, but their defense has been poor lately. Barca winning Europa, to be honest. Well, if Barca goes through on Napoli, in my opinion, that's a statement. And then if dumped out, not that, again, Dortmund's performances indicate that they should be the favorites, but the bookies had Dortmund as the favorites. But they're gonna be tricky. I think Leipzig will have a say as well. There's a few good clubs. The Europa League this year is gonna be a good competition. I would have loved to cover it and follow it a lot more, considering that Dortmund could have potentially gone on a deep run. But we'll have to wait and see how this game goes through. That's a bit of a dive for Meunier. Goes out for a corner. Lazio out and Napoli out. Why didn't Dortmund sign Fernan Torres? Well, they don't cook their books quite like Barca does, so I don't think we could have afforded him, my man. Not even a little bit. I'm not sure how Barca afforded him. I'm not sure how Barca brought in Adama Traore, Aubameyang, and Fernan Torres. Now, Aubameyang, from what I understand, they did it in an interesting type of way. Traore is a loan. But the Fernan Torres one is just cooking the books, man. Josh, you don't have Holland, though. Bookies had the odds with Holland. That's true. That's for this tie. But if Dortmund somehow find a way through, Holland will play a part. But, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fair. This team is different without that's a good ball. But cleared out once again from Rangers. Not to be taken lightly. Cage says corruption. Such a different team, that Barcelona team, though, guys. I mean, you started to keep elaborating on it, but man, like picking up Traore, Fernan Torres, Aubameyang, like for a team that was supposed to be completely broke and almost bankrupt. Like, I don't know how they did that. A little magic there. Dortmund need wingers. I don't disagree. That's why I don't want Adeyemi. Jude. Finding Hazard. Thorgan, take a hit. Oh! It was a good look. Did you see the violence before the game between the fans, Josh? I did not. Did you see the violence before the fan? Elaborate. My man, I didn't see any. Me and producer T didn't see any violence or anything like that before the game, but got some angry, probably drunk Rangers and Dortmund fans. Good little effort there from, I think that was Bellingham who got the hit off. Anthony says, "What minute are you at?" I'm at 17 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm watching on DAZN, so I am as live as I can be. I'm not sure if you guys are ahead of me or behind me. There's the little YouTube lag. So, I mean, if you're within 30 seconds, you should be pretty close. I heard that Barcelona can't afford the 21 mil they still owe BVB for Dembele deal. Yet they bring in Traore, Aubameyang, and Fernan Torres. They're incredible, man. They're incredible. Nice ball. Finds Mullen. Wins a corner. What if we get Pulisic back? I don't know, man. I like Christian Pulisic. I really liked him at Dortmund. I liked his start to Chelsea. I just don't think with his injury record, Dortmund's just not the place, man. We've dealt with too many injuries, and Pulisic for me just isn't worth the risk. And I don't even think we can afford him. But here comes Brandt with another corner. It's been a positive start to the match, but again, Dortmund are going to need to find a way through at some point here. They need 2 at least to send this thing to extra time. Scott Arfield back. Pulisic too expensive for Dortmund. He's just not worth it. Too many injury issues and a little bit too expensive for what Dortmund's willing to pay. Fans were fighting with each other. Dortmund are allies with Celtic, so they're always going to be trouble. BBB fans had a lot of Irish flags and Celtic flags at the game. I like it, man. I like it. They are. And we got to interview Paul Lambert, man. So that was one of my favorite interviews I've ever done, was talking with Paul Lambert. Obviously a hero at Dortmund, helping winning the Champions League. His connections with Celtic. So I believe it, man. I believe it. And after hearing the interesting history around Rangers, you guys opened my eyes a little bit there. I was following Rangers closer than I was Celtic just because of Scott Arfield. Little Canadian blood in there, but obviously didn't know my history in the issues, I guess, with Rangers. Thoughts on Jonathan David for us? I was debating on doing a video, guys, and maybe I will. That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. Come on. Come on, VAR. The LeBron James of soccer. That's not a thing. Did he get him? Oh, that's not going to be overturned. But yeah, my thoughts that Jonathan David to Dortmund probably won't happen. If anything, it'll be Jonathan David to Arsenal, but it's a soft penalty to give away. That's a soft penalty. Rangers scored a penalty in the first leg. I'd assume this would probably put the match to bed. Are you American? I am Canadian, my man. I am Canadian. Come on, Coble. An opportunity to make a penalty save. You've bottled it. Oh my God. Just dead center. Took in with power. Cheers from Ecuador. What a pen from 5-2 on the night. 5-2 on the night. Excellent. Excellent stuff. Couldn't even done this like later in the match. We still have a long ass watch along to go, and it's not. All right, Dortmund. Well, you might as well go for broke now. Defense is like Swiss cheese. Brandt, man, such a bad penalty to give away. Good night from Malta. F from Alex. But yeah, big cheers to our friends from Ecuador. Yo, Dortmund guy. Any chance changing Bundesliga teams? No. No, I will die a Dortmund fan, man. There's no point of following the game if you're just gonna leapfrog around your clubs. Dortmund's in my heart. They'll always be in my heart. They just look at, man. The Rangers fans are bouncing though. The scenes are pretty wild there, but Josh, swap games. What other games is there to watch? Can't swap games. The Napoli-Barca game, I might as well just did that watch along. To be honest, I want to watch that game, but I don't have a way to. I wish DAZN could do like the multi-screen. Didn't you say they used to be able to do that on a computer? Cheers from Greece, but man, Dortmund really. Yeah. Maybe I'll switch over a little bit. We'll see. Now, BBB need 3 penalties. How did you become a BBB fan, by the way? Again, growing up in Canada, not from a footballing, soccer household, being Canadian. Background comes from Germany, so playing FIFA, just went to the Bundesliga and honestly just picked the team I liked the most. That was the look of Dortmund, and then started watching them, following them. We've interviewed a few club legends, Omayela, Lambert, done work with the club. Been a pretty cool ride. Got to see a game live, which was just wild. Here comes Jude. Finds Brandt. Can he make up for it? Brandt, you gotta bury that. Kyle's come in and he's absolutely fired up. Don't blame him. 5-2 on aggregate. Rangers fans are buzzing right now. John says it's over for Dortmund tonight, lads. Rangers all the way. Just don't like us not to be Holland FC anymore. Josh is now packing Barca. I'm not going to lie, I'll probably cheer on Barca for the rest of the Europa League if Dortmund get bounced out of it. I like, if Napoli, whoever moves on between Napoli and Barca is who I'd probably want to win. Because, I mean, you're asking for a tall task to see if Dortmund can turn the ship around. I wouldn't mind shipping Brandt to the Premier League this summer. I don't think Brandt will go anywhere. I was tooting that horn for a long time. A lot of the Dortmund fans didn't like it. Again, there was no point of us signing Brandt when we did. He didn't fit the team. He was just a surplus of requirements, but he had a decent first season, but he's just been played so much out of position. He's still being right now played out of position. And yeah, I don't know, but he likes it in Dortmund, and I don't think Dortmund want to let him go. Luka definitely doesn't want to let him go. Predictions for the score. I could see it ending 2-1 Dortmund or 2-1 Rangers. I think there'll be a couple more goals in this match, but I think Rangers have probably done enough to get it done. Who conceded the penalty? Brandt did. Brandt did. Not ideal. Brandt didn't fit then and doesn't fit now. He doesn't. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. We're playing in a 4-2-3-1 once again, and we're playing with players that just are out of position. I can't just keep repeating myself because I feel like you guys are gonna be like, shut up, Josh. We know, but it is what it is. We just have way too many players playing out of position. And it makes it hard. I feel for Brandt. Brandt doesn't want to be playing out as a right attacking mid, left attacking mid. That's not his position. And he's had moments at Dortmund of excellence, don't get me wrong. And I think Brandt has had a decent season this year. It's a poor ball. Is there any way back from this? Like, how do we go from losing 4-2, winning 6-0, to giving away stupid penalties like this? I've supported BBB since I was born. So frustrating. Kevin, I feel you, my man. I think of myself as a Dortmund fan from birth, but I mean, really, I wasn't. I was like 10-ish when I started really following them, and 12, 13-ish when I started watching them week in, week out. But for a Canadian, I mean, it's not bad. But yeah, I don't know. This is the most inconsistent squad I think I've ever seen. It is wild. So if you look at the last few games and you look at the different score lines, it is wild to see how Dortmund can do this one night and then the very next match do something drastically different. But Rangers found a way to soak up that pressure early on, got lucky with the post, and then found a way to make it 5-2 on aggregate. So things are looking a little tricky right now for Dortmund. Brandt just should have signed because Royce was hurt 2 years in a row and wanted someone when Royce was hurt. He's been pretty shit for us, though. Do any of you believe now? Believe in what, Kyle? And like the comeback? I didn't believe in the comeback too much before the match started. A little less right now. I still think maybe, if Dortmund can find one before the break, they'll make the tie a little bit more interesting. But if not, and it goes 5-2 at the break, I think Rangers will probably go into cruise control. Jose says, I'm still optimistic. How this squad doesn't even have one winger is stupid. It's stupid in terms of the way that we're playing in a 4-2-3-1. Or 4-3-3. That's what's ridiculous. We play with a system that requires 2 pacey wingers, and we don't have really any. I mean, I almost don't even look at Hazard. Hazard is as close to a winger as we have, but I still don't feel like he's that out-and-out pace-driven winger that we desperately, desperately need. Kyle, you're the... Oh, yeah. How is Dortmund so consistently inconsistent? Yeah. I don't know, man. Weird thing is we are only 6 points behind Bayern. Yeah. Yeah. Bayern have had their own issues this season, which is the only reason we're in it with a shout. But Dortmund have... This season has not been good. You can watch us next season. Watch you do what? Win Europa and maybe claim you're successful. Yeah, Rangers are not the most successful team in Europe. I'm sorry. Oh, Jude! There's one. There's one. Okay. Kind of gifted it to us. He's on the thumbnail for a reason. Producer T knew. But that's one back. 5-3. Kind of out of nothing. Let's take a look at this. Ball came in and poor defending or lucky positioning for Jude. The clearance just hit off of Bellingham and it fell into his stride. And it's just a simple little finish there. Calm, composed. All right. 5-3 on the night. It got a little bit more interesting again. Oh, Meunier just got piled over there. It will be a good game, though. We're hoping for a good game, at least. At least 5-3, it's a little bit more interesting now for everybody. Because, I mean, there's still a long ways to play. Mullen with a good pass. A little nutmeg from Meunier, but he tripped and just got absolutely ran over. I think... Oh, yeah. Oh, that got him right on the knee. I don't think Meunier got the... I don't know who would have got the worst on that, man. I think... It was knee to face. I feel knee could be a little bit more dangerous, so I feel like Rangers guy got the worst of it there. But Meunier's face, probably... Could it be? Is there a possibility? It's a beautiful thing without the away goals, guys. I'm so for the away goals. It feels weird because I've been following this sport my entire life. So away goals, every time I calculate something in my head, I'm just like, okay, like look at the away goals, blah blah blah. Like, but now they don't mean anything. It's so weird to think about. So weird to think about that they mean nothing. 2 more goals, 3-1. Would have lost us on away goals, but now it just sends us to extra time. Never liked the rule. Never liked the away goals rule. I am a bit of a traditionalist, though, so I don't like big change. But the away goals rule did not faze me. Like, if you're talking about changing the Bundesliga into playoff fixtures where the Final Four, or switching the league from 18 teams to 20 teams, or 18 to 16, like that kind of stuff would bug me a little bit. Because just changing the Champions League, the Super League almost had me crapping my pants. Like, that kind of stuff terrifies me, but the away goals rule didn't even blink. It was just something that to me never really made sense in modern football. So I'm excited that it's out. Makes this tie just a lot more interesting, man. But I understand a lot of people would probably disagree and say, hey, I like the away goals. It made sense, which, you know, is what it is. Did you hear Holland might stay for another season? I'd be surprised if he stayed for another season. But I mean, that's always been a possibility. I think they want to see what happens with Benzema. I think ultimately his goal is to go to Madrid, if not City. If I were him, honestly, I just would have gone to City. Play under Pep Guardiola. They're desperate for a number 9. Playing with that frickin' team. his dad's ex-team. To me, if I'm Holland, I go to City. But I think he's got his heart, for some reason, maybe set on Madrid, maybe playing with Mbappe. And imagine that front three. Benzema leaves, and then you have Vinicius on one wing, Mbappe on the other wing, Holland through the middle. Talk about a generational new front three. The old Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema, MSN, like that's the type that would potentially happen if those guys go together. But it could give another year at Dortmund if Benzema doesn't leave quite yet because he's still on the form of his life. There's no sense of Holland going there and not being able to play them. But anyways, I digress. As a Dortmund fan, if the Super League happened, football would be pointless after a few years. I agree. That was a tough little bit. And yeah, actually, yeah. No. Big save from Gregor Kobel on Scott Arfield. He keeps it interesting. And Chan. Goal line clearance. Don't think... No one even screamed at handball. Scott Arfield... Oh, that was a good in. That was poor defending from Chan there. Scott Arfield got through, but a big save from Gregor Kobel. And look at Chan. Oh, no, was that Hummels? I think it was Hummels on the line. Kept his hands by his side. Really, really good stuff there. And there goes Mullen. Game's going back and forth, man. But yes, I did forget that. City signed Julian Araujo, or what? Alvarez. What's the name? I just saw someone put it. Alvarez. I don't know where that comment went. Who did City just sign, guys? Someone literally just commented. I don't know why I can't find it. There it is. Julian Alvarez from River Plate. On incredible goal-scoring form this season. They're screaming for a handball. It's been waved away. Will VAR give us a freaking opportunity now? I reckon Holland will end up either in the Premier League or at Rangers. I don't know if I can promise you won't end up at Rangers. No disrespect, but he's got a higher ambitions. Madrid, City for Holland. I personally think he wants to go Madrid, and I think if he stays at Dortmund, it's going to be because he wants that Madrid move, and Benzema's time there isn't quite done yet. But I think Benzema will eventually head back to Lyon, do some unfinished business there, and then Holland will come in with Mbappe, man, and then you'll have Vinicius, Mbappe, Holland, and it'll be just a generational front three. A lot of comments coming in. If you guys are still with us today, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Say hello in the chat. Appreciate everyone tuning in. It's been a pretty back and forth game. I mean, anyone who likes proper entertaining football, this has been a decent match for that, in my opinion. Bellingham's got it. He's had a good little match so far. That's poor. I say that, poor ball. That's a pen. VAR's going to take a look now, I think. Or no, maybe not. Everyone in the chat screaming handball. But Hummels with that goal line clearance. No, they're not checking VAR. I didn't even see the replay. Spurs fans hope Dortmund win. Dortmund fans do too. Losing Greenwood to prison and Cavani. Benzema could go to PSG too. Yeah? Yeah, that'd be interesting. Messi, Neymar in each wing. Oh, terrible ball from Dahoud. And here comes Rangers in numbers. Is this going to be icing on the cake? No. Nicely done from Chan. They never checked it, says Gage. I was reading the comments and I thought you guys were saying handball, they're checking it, but no, they did not even look at it. Dahoud, nice ball, finds Hazard. Nice touch. Couple of nice touches. That's gotta be a foul. Surely, ref. That a yellow? Yep. Really nice touches there. If we beat Atletico, we're in the last 8. I desperately, desperately hope that you don't win. Yeah, I want Atletico to beat United so badly. But Jan Oblak just has no idea what he's doing anymore in between the sticks for Atletico. I thought that goal was so weak. I don't know what you guys, if any of you guys watched the Atletico United game, I just thought Oblak's positioning, and I'm not a keeper, so take that in mind. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I just thought the positioning was atrocious. He was not touching that near post way too much and looked like a scuffed shot. Didn't even look like a proper finish. It was okay place, but I thought a keeper with better positioning and Oblak's quality should have got there. But I don't know. I'm again not a big keeper guy, so what do I know? Even though I said Berkey, you know, out for like 3 years. So you never know. Did you watch the Africa Cup? The African Cup of Nations? I did. I think I watched like maybe 3 or 4 matches like fully, and then like bits and pieces of matches. I watched the bronze and the or the third place match in the championship. Here comes Dahoud. Oh, Dahoud, you gotta hit that. Josh, we didn't have McTominay. He was too far near post and then way too high off his line. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to say, I feel like any keeper out there or anyone who understands the goalkeeping position, because I don't, would probably say like Oblak got it all wrong. Because I just feel like that should never went in. Not on him. But yeah, a bunch of you guys in the chat besides Yash says Oblak's position was okay. It was not, man. That was a terrible finish. Terrible finish. I think a decent keeper or keeper on form should have caught that. But I mean, whatever. Made things a lot harder for Atletico. Can we get Rafa on for Schultz and Makuku on for Brandt? I wouldn't be against that. I think that would be a smart halftime substitution, getting Guerrero on right away for Schultz. And then I'm down to bring Makuku on. I don't know if I would have started the game. Like I said, didn't have a big issue with Brandt starting, but he's done nothing. And he's been forced out wide, so get Makuku on there. I like what Makuku brings from wide positions way more than what I like seeing Brandt do. Because you're not touching Royce. He's playing in the middle no matter what. Especially on the form he's on. Finds Bellingham. Meunier. Because Royce has just been all over the pitch. Oh, Meunier. That's an okay ball. It finds Brandt. Jude. Mullen. And it's 5-4. And it's 5-4. Things just got a lot more interesting. Mullen is better on the wings than Brandt. That was better. It wasn't even a good ball from Mullen. Just whoever number 6 is on Rangers, Godson, whatever his name is just having a nightmare. Both goals, in my opinion, were his fault. Like the poor clearance and then not being able to deal with that right there. Little back flick from Jude finds Mullen. It just finds a way to get that in. 5-4. Just got real quiet in Scotland. Oh, Daniel Mullen. 6-1 final score. Poor defending. Yeah. Who's number 6 on Rangers, guys? Let's take a look. I don't know. In my opinion, I'm looking at a player to blame. I was looking at Goldson. I feel like the clearance was not convincing in the first goal, and then he just was not able to get it done in that second one. And now, 5-4. 5-4 in aggregate. It's a game again. This is why you don't lie. Rangers going quiet, says pitch notes. No, I haven't. I'm Scottish in Scotland and bouncing. I predicted 2-1 overall. Hey, Abe Fabe. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst looking a little nervous right now. Dortmund back in it. One more. Because of the away goal, man. Makes things so much fun. Delaney would be perfect right now. Not really. We still need a goal. We still need 2 goals for the win. We want to just at least get the draw. But we are still losing in the tie, so I don't know what Delaney would really do right now. I think bringing Guerrero on would be the next step, man. So we get to halftime up by 1 like this. I think that sets the stage to bring Guerrero on. Maybe even Mukuku if Rosa has got the cojones. I hope he does. I'm a Celtic fan, and I want Dortmund to win. I like it. I like it. Yeah. I follow the Scottish League just because there's a lot... Like, I'm Canadian. There's a lot of Canadians in the Scottish League. I don't really have a team in it. But I haven't... From you guys in the chat, haven't heard a lot of good things from... Oh, Daniel Mullen. Oh! Ooh. Away goals mean no more. We're going to advance. This is classic Dortmund. Commit blunders and then turning things around. Mullen is finding his feet. Makes me happy and smile. He's playing as a striker too, guys, which I think is important. Lone striker. This is why I assume we will fail. Get Guerrero, Mukuku, and Wolf. I'd like to see in the second half. I'd like to see... I think I do. I like one of you guys said it earlier. I would like to see Mukuku on for... Yeah, I'd like to see Mukuku on for Brandt, and then I'd like to see Guerrero on for Schultz. I believe BBB can do it. Going into halftime... Bro, I'm gonna buy a Celtic jersey. There is a long history, man, and like I said, if you guys, none of you guys have seen the interview with Paul Lambert, it is here on the channel. It's a really cool interview, and he talks about his time at Celtic. He talks about his time at Dortmund. There definitely is love. A lot of Celtic fans like Dortmund because of Paul Lambert. So there is that connection, man. There is that connection between the two. So sorry, Rangers fans. We'll go on the green side of Celtic, or the green side of Glasgow. If Holland were playing, we would have gotten at least a brace by now. It's interesting, man. We got to remember, too, Holland does go hot and cold. Holland does have his moments where he will find the back of the net pretty much every time you can, but he's gone quiet from time to time. Here comes Brandt. Finds Mullen. Can they find just a heartbreaking last-minute one here for Rangers fans to really throw this scoreline in their face? Chan's going deep. Decent ball, but Brandt leaves it. Oh, Mounier. Oh. That was a good ball. Got a donation on the channel. Big shout out, my friend. Says, cheers, Josh. It's 2:20 a.m. here, but gotta support. Tuning in from India. Love the dedication, man. All right. Our Indian viewers have absolutely been killing it through the course of our channel here. So big shout out for you to staying up till 2:20 in the morning. This thing is far from over. Halftime is here. It is 5-4 in aggregate. 2-1 on the night. Things are getting interesting, man. Things are getting interesting. We go to halftime here. We'll scroll over the comments. If you guys are still tuning in with us, guys, be sure to drop a like and a sub as well. If you guys are just new to the channel, we're only on 50 likes, around 49 likes, guys. Come on, there's a good chunk of us here in the chat. Let's bump that up. Let's get this to 100. That's our next goal. That's our next goal. But let's see what you guys are thinking in the second half here, and I'm going to actually take a look at some of the other score lines. So Barca's up 3-1. Didn't see that. They just scored in the 45th minute. So PK made it 3-1. So Barca's looking pretty comfortable to move on to the next round. Braga is up 2-0 against Sheriff. Making things interesting there. I hope Real Betis goes through just because, you know, sorry, Zenit, but it is what it is. I don't think anyone will be cheering for you anytime soon. Also, you're a racist club, so not a lot of love for Zenit. I forgot the Conference League was going on. Celtic got bounced out. That's just a shame. PSV move on. Partizan moves on. Marseille, Leicester. A couple interesting results going on right now. We're going to head back over to the chat, see what you guys are having to say. We can do it. A lot of positivity tuning in the chat. Dortmund can do it. Come on, lads. We're coming back. Dortmund and Celtic fans unite tonight. You better believe it. You better believe it. It's a shame that Celtic got knocked out in their respective European Conference, Europa League, whatever it's called, competition. The Conference League. The Europa Conference League. I like Rangers before this match, but after my Scottish team is Celtic. Our defense is looking a lot more solid. Let's win this. Yeah, I guess. I'm looking more at the offense. I only enjoy Dortmund losing because Josh hates Man United. Me and Yash got her back and forth going out, but it's good. It's good. We like poking fun at each other. And I don't hate Manchester United. I just don't think that they're... And I don't think you guys would... Yash, I don't think you'll overly disagree with me. I don't think they're a very well-run club. And they've done a lot of annoying things, but yeah. I watched the Paul Lambert interview a few times after it got released. Still mad that you didn't ask my question. What was your question? Oh, your Sancho flow. Okay. For those of guys some OGs on the channel who remember Sancho flow, he's back with Yusuflo Mukoko. Who remembers Sancho flow? Put a yes in the chat because our boy is back. You might not have recognized him. I had to take another look at his name there, but yes. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you back. Let's bring on Guerrero for Meunier. Think that would be a good sub. Did Meunier come off injured? Is that what people are saying in the chat? I didn't see him.
I don't think so. He almost scored a goal 5 minutes ago.
No, yeah, I didn't. Well, I know he didn't come off injured. I just didn't know if someone saw something at the end. I don't know if I'd bring off Meunier. I'd probably bring on Guerrero for Schultz. If Meunier's injured, I would just bring on Wolf. That'd be more of a natural replacement. If Barca and BVB face, who will win in your opinion? I really would have said Dortmund at any point this season. But watching Barca since this bit of a turnaround, Xavi has done an incredible job. He was like somewhat underqualified, only managing over in Qatar, but he's came in there. He wanted to get proper wingers. He wanted to stretch this thing around. It's wild, man. It really is. So he's done a good job, and he's brought in players like their front three right here: Torres, Aubameyang, Traore. Aubameyang got a hat trick on his debut. They're finding a little bit more consistency. They're not relying on Luke De Jong and players like that. Gavi's coming into his own. So I guess I would kind of lean a little bit more to Barca now, but I think both can be a little bit unpredictable. We got another donation coming in from Snipe City. Good guy of mine who's been on the channel for a while says, "We got this, boys. I am proud of this channel, and I'm so happy with this community exists. Keep up the good work." Much love, Snipe City. Hope you're doing well today, my man. Appreciate the donation as always. Rate Dortmund's defense from 1 to 10. 4. Alex said it's been a while. Sancho Flo, it's been a while. We got some of the guys remembering. As a Rangers fan, Paul Lambert was a great midfielder. He's a good guy, really good. I absolutely loved interviewing him. That thick Scottish accent puts a smile on my face. By the way, Josh, how come my badge hasn't changed to red and white yet? Although it's been 12 months. Do we have that on the red and white one? We'll look into it, Yusuf. But I would have liked to see I'd like to see it go red and white for you. The true Canadian Yusuf. You'd be doing the badge in honor because you are a Canadian and you would have got there first. Sancho Flo at Old Trafford. Dortmund could win or lose any match. It's a pain and a struggle. Yep. Sub Brant for whom? If I'm looking at the bench right now for what I would do, because we've got Rangers now in a decent position. Rangers, they got to be worried right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking to see how they can kind of... I mean, Lundstrom's on a yellow as well, so that's things a little bit sketchy there. Maybe Glenn Kamara would be an option for Rangers. James Sands as well.
He's not at 12 months. He's within 11 months. Him and Matty D and Roman Kolosowski have all been 11 months.
Ooh. Yusuf, you're on 11 months.
So next month, or whenever it resets.
Next month, Yusuf, next month, you will have the badge, my man. You're on 11, it says.
I don't have an exact date on when he became, but it could be any day.
Could be any day you get it. Could be any day you get it. But yeah, if I'm looking at the bench guys, I'd go Guerrero for Schultz. Not that Schultz has been terrible. We're down a goal, and I just think Brandt would be really nice to bring, or Guerrero would be nice to bring on. Other than that, if I'm looking up the pitch, like Marius Wolf, I think will come on at some point. I'm not rearing to bring him on right away, and the same as Renier or Tigges. I'd maybe go Mukuku for Brandt. But I doubt that's going to happen. I don't think Brandt's going to get substituted. I really don't know if anyone will. I don't know what the story is right now with Guerrero, but wouldn't surprise me if he is the halftime substitution. Game's looking good after the end of the half. Josh, what's your take on the Bundesliga table? Do you see hope on the domestic league this season? I wouldn't hold my breath, guys. I wouldn't. I know we're 6 points, but again, goal differential really we're 2 losses from Bayern and a draw away from actually overtaking them. So it's a lot to ask. I know that Bayern have been going through a few things, but I don't know. Don't give up hope. It's not over yet, but seeing Dortmund this season doesn't give me like a whole bunch of belief. Barcelona is looking good, bro. Even PK scored. Xavi is doing good. If Xavi appointed before the UEFA Champions League, they would have been easily through the round of 16. Your thought, bro. Love from India. Appreciate that. If you gave Xavi the entire Champions League, I think that, or at least the Benfica games, I think there could have been a turnaround. But I think that when Xavi took over, the damage was done. So, yeah, I mean, if he got this club from the start of the season, I think there would have been a much better chance. But at the same time, he needed players. Like, I think Aubameyang, Torres, and Traore coming in. Like, Traore is not a fantastic winger. He's not. He's a player with specific attributes, and the attributes are being used to their fullest right now. So he's a Xavi type player, which is good to have. But he didn't have all these players, and I don't think he would have went out and signed Luke De Jong either. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think Barca had a wake up call of how poor they were, and obviously getting Xavi in and then giving him some money and bringing on quality players. But yeah, they're looking a lot better, man. I hope Zenit get clapped. I do too. I think everybody does. Guerrero for Brandt. Meunier has been so good. We really miss him. Yeah, I wouldn't bring off Meunier. No, Guerrero. Schultz has been good, and the last thing we need right now is defensive frailty. Rick, we're also losing though, so the last thing we need is not to score. And I just don't think Schultz is going to create anything. I'd get Guerrero on as soon as you could. That's just me personally. I don't know where else you'd put him. Unless we somehow are able to switch to a back 3. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Things are going right now, so it is what it is. I'm not saying that it's desperate that we get a substitution in there because we're up 2-1, and I think we're starting to get something really cooking here. But you have to assume at some point Guerrero is going to have to come on that pitch. Alex gave his player rating so far. Meunier 6.5. Probably give Meunier a 7. I thought he'd been decent. Chan 5.5. Hummel 6. Schultz 6. Hazard 6. Dahoud sloppy moments, but 6. Jude 8.8. Brandt 6.5. Mullen 7. Royce 6.7. Kobel 8. I agree with most of them. Hey Josh, how would you rate Mo so far this season and recently? I think he's had a decent season. I think the injury kind of cooled him off from the form he had at the end of last season. But I'd probably give him like a solid 7, 7.5. Zenit will have Ukraine as domestic players soon. Does that mean Ukraine won't be I don't know, man. I don't want to talk about it too much just because it's just a sad situation. Hearts go out to everyone who's being affected by this. And yeah, Russia, I don't think you had a lot of friends before. I'm sorry. I don't think you're going to have much more after this. So I don't know. Just stupidity is what it is. If we actually went through as second in our group in the UEFA Champions League, we'd be facing City. Yeah, short-lived. But we don't know that. We don't know that. We could theorize it, but who knows? Maybe it would have been a little bit different. Just because we were supposed to be in that spot doesn't mean that we actually would have. It's a butterfly effect. Come on, guys. Josh, bro, Dortmund is world class, but players are not performing as per their potential. Dortmund face defensive failure every match since eating them from the inside. Your thoughts? Yeah. My biggest thoughts on the way that this team is built is simply just being able to back the manager. It's getting a team that can properly be cohesive. I think is the biggest thing, and that starts with getting in a system, getting in players that fit that system, backing the manager, and seeing what happens instead of Marco Rose just trying to put a circle into a square. That's basically what it feels like right now. The defense, a lot of players need to be shifted out. Just a whole reconstruction needs to be done for Dortmund, and I've been saying that for a while. And I don't think any of you guys would really disagree. We just are missing so many pieces of this team. It's a real rebuild we need to get underway. But there's been some moments of brilliance from Dortmund this season. There's been some real misery, and a lot of it comes from how the back line feels like performing that particular game. And I won't change the fact that I think Rosa does deserve some of the blame. I will not take that away. I'm not saying he deserves the entire blame, but I still think that he's just so stuck on a system that clearly doesn't fit the players that we have. It's just blows my mind from time to time. The man literally put Mats Hummels on the outside left center backs. One of the stupidest things. There's zero justification for doing it, and he looked so lost. And Pongicic, I don't even remember his name. Pongicic looked even worse in the middle, and then he did it again. It's just blows my mind. It blew my mind away. Could have had a stroke. So, I mean, Rosa, I can't defend that. What am I supposed to say to that? Like, Marco Rose, that is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen any manager do. And it is so easily switchable. You literally could have grabbed those two players and swapped them. And then I would never have judged you. But now I question some of the decisions around Marco Rose. And seeing the way he lines up this squad, each and every one, is kind of the reason why. So, not to go on a rant, Rosa. This does not mean to go at you. But I don't think that the players are alone in the blame. They take a lot of them. The board probably takes the most. But Marco Rose has had some real head scratchers. And, yeah, so that's my quick little rant. We're getting close to getting back to the second half now, ladies and gentlemen. Rosa, if you're listening, don't ever play Pongicic again. And don't you ever play Mats Hummels on an outside center back in the back three. Or I just can't back you ever again. And then again, like the most recent comment, Adeyemi isn't a proper winger. Yes, he's not. He should not be a target for Borussia Dortmund. He is not a lone striker, which is what Rose is going to play with, and what most modern coaches play with. He is not a winger, which we have zero. So why are we targeting him? It would be another really Dortmund type of style signing for a player who just does not fit this system, and watch Dortmund pull it off. Sorry about the bitching there, guys. But struck a nerve. All right. We're getting back underway. Substitution at halftime coming up for Rangers. The Meunier knee. And look at Meunier might be going off too. Wolf is getting subbed on. Who's it for? Is it for Meunier? It is. So yeah, unfortunately, both players got injured in that collision. Bit of a shame. But Meunier comes out and Wolf comes in. Straight swap, I'd assume, at right back. But yeah, we're back underway, guys. James was in here earlier, said get those likes up. I think we're at 70-ish, guys. Let's aim for 100. If you're with us still, be sure to drop a like if you haven't done so yet. Drop a sub as well. And we're underway. Mullen kicks it off. And we're a goal away, man. Goal away to sending this thing to extra time. Feeling a Mullen brace? I actually am too. I'm not going to lie to you. I am too. The confidence has come back into me. I don't know what it is about Mullen right now. I do feel some way, somehow, he's going to find another one. Or Bellingham. I think one of our goal scorers will find a second. It is still the 4-2-3-1. For you guys just tuning in, Kobel in net, Wolf, Chan, Hummels, and Schultz as the four. At the back with Dahoud and Bellingham, the two CDMs. Royce has been playing at cam. Hazard's out on the left. Brandt's out of the right. Mullins up front. Josh, even tier 2 teams like Rangers giving tough times to Dortmund. It's not surprising. it's just what Dortmund are right now. They've been smacked a few times this season. Rangers would be a fine Bundesliga side. No different than getting absolutely mucked. Well, I think Leverkusen's probably a bit of a better team, but I think Rangers, like they're a solid team, and we got smacked by Leverkusen, so losing to Rangers isn't a massive surprise. Alex says Alvarez for a loan. So no, I think a club like Dortmund shouldn't be bringing in players on loan unless they're planning on buying them. I think doing Hakimi, I'm hoping would teach them a lesson, but I refuse to want to see Dortmund bring in anybody on loan. I was against, and I talked about this on Callum Hudson-Odoi when we were targeting him. I was against it. I don't want a loan signing. But then it came to a point where, guess what? We signed nobody. So I was like, you know what? Fine. Well, let's use him for a season. Let's make him probably great and send him back to Chelsea for nothing. Dortmund should not be aiming to do that. They're better than that. The Hakimi backfired. Had one of the best fullbacks in world football, and we made him that for him to go then onward and just become even better. And we got Meunier. Now, if Alvarez comes here, what's he going to do? Yes, successful for one season, and then bye-bye. It's not what we really need. But I get what you're trying to say, Alex. Hey, Abe Fabe. Lucas says, what's up? Like the great Coleman. No, we do not need a manager like Ronald Koeman. Ronald Koeman is not a great manager. He's an okay international manager. Here comes Brandt. I'm curious to when Guerrero's coming on. I'm so curious. I don't know if anyone heard anything in the chat as to why he didn't start. Did he pick up a knock? Did they just not trust him on the defensive side of the game? In my opinion, Ronald Koeman is a bad manager. Ronald Koeman is not a good manager. I agree with you. He's, like I said, he's an okay international manager, but that's about it. Is it just me, or does Brandt literally run really slow? Well, Brandt's definitely not known for his pace, which is why I think it's ridiculous that he's playing on the wings. And here comes Morales. Hummel's running back. Now that's a man that looks slow. Morales. Oh. Aaron Ramsey, bad signing for Rangers. Josh, what city do you live in? I live like an hour and a half away from Toronto. In Ontario, in Canada. Trust me, pal, you do not need Coleman. Nobody does. Nobody does. Coleman managed Everton too. Yeah, he had success at Southampton. And then he had success for the Netherlands. Other than that, and I think in the Netherlands, I think Feyenoord is where he managed as well. I think he had some success there. But other than that, I mean the bigger jobs that he got, like he wasn't good at Everton, he wasn't good at Barcelona. I think he would make a good national team manager. That's about it. He even has, yeah, like I said Hazard is as close as a winger to we have, but for me, he's not that out-and-out pacey winger. We don't have one of those. And the system we play kind of needs one. Brandt does well there to steal the ball to find Royce. I heard an analyst the other day as well say, where do you like watching Marco Royce play? And it just, to me, screams someone who just doesn't watch Dortmund play. I just found it incredible that this came out of his mouth. When they're like, where do you want to see Marco Reus play? And he's like, well, I think Reus is at his best when he's playing a little bit wider, having the ability to use his pace and run in. And I was like, what game are you watching? What possibly makes that come out? If you've watched Dortmund play whatsoever this season, you know Marco Reus is at his best by a mile at the center attacking mid position in a 4-2-3-1. That is where you're going to get the best out of Marco Reus, not drifting wide. Analyst, man. There's the one time I've heard something that just sparked my eardrum. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. You are false. And now all people who maybe don't watch him as well think, oh yeah, well, Reus has still got it. He can play at the left attacking mid. No, he cannot. That is not where you're going to find him at his best. The man just picked up 5 goal contributions last match out, playing at the 10. Josh, will you do watch-alongs for TFC games? I was debating on. I wanted to do the season opener. I'll definitely do Insigne's first match, and we'll toss them in there as well. I wanted to do Montreal ones as well, because they're in the CONCACAF Champions League. Maybe if they go on a little bit deeper run, they just moved on. I'm thinking about it. Haven't fully committed yet. But there's an interception from Reus. Someone said Reus is best as a winger. No chance Cam is his best position. Yeah, it was on. I don't know if I want to give away who he is, because I like it's from ESPN, and I like a lot of the guys over at ESPN, so I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I just couldn't believe it. I was like, what is coming out of your mouth? It just did not make sense. And I like a lot of his takes, and I do listen to him a lot. Just that was one that just threw me off. He said he's at the best coming from the left and using his pace and cutting onto his foot. I'm like, that's not the game that Marco Reus plays whatsoever anymore. That's the game he used to play before all those injuries, when he was an actual winger, when he had pace. So it's just weird hearing someone gets paid professionally and then to put in 2 cents like that is just so false. Dortmund is leaving themselves vulnerable. They're going to have to push up. They are losing. They need another goal here to push extra time. ESPN's got... No, it wasn't Taylor. No. To be fair, he doesn't specialize in the Bundesliga. It wasn't Taylor Tillman. It wasn't him. But he doesn't specialize in the Bundesliga, so I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Because I do, like I said, I do like him. That's why I'm not going to say his name. Because I don't want to throw him under the bus. But it just, I don't know, man. It was just a really weird take, and I couldn't believe it. I literally said to myself, like, no. Like, I'm talking to nobody. I'm like, no, you're wrong. God damn it. Let me talk to you. Don't you ever say that. It's like saying Hummel's is best as a CDM. Thoughts on David to Chelsea? Is that a new rumor? I feel like rumors are going around Jonathan David every other week. I would never want to see him step foot in Chelsea. Not even a little bit. Just the way that he plays, man. He needs to play with a front two. And the only level of football that he would want to reach, and I just think Inter is the only option. He's not a lone striker. He needs to play, I think, off of a bigger frame, kind of like the Yilmaz he plays off as. And Zieko could have been a good one. He could be if Lautaro Martinez leaves, I think David would be a good Lautaro Martinez replacement. But that being said, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where else I want him, because the only other team that sometimes plays with the front two or does is Atletico, and I don't think he'd have any fun there. Do you think an Italian manager would be beneficial? Like Conte or Sarri? Oh, yeah, but that'll never happen. It will never happen. For those of you guys who don't know this, Dortmund will not sign a manager who can't speak German. So when Allegri was out there, a lot of you guys kept saying to me, when is he going to come? Like, there's no one. It's got to be Pochettino. It's got to be Allegri. This is going to be Dortmund's new manager. And I was like, it won't, because they can't speak German. So that right there, Dortmund's potential managers get completely, oh, here's a good opportunity. Finds Morales. Is he going to take it on? That's a good save from Gregor Kobel and cleared out. But yeah, so that's why. Dortmund's next manager will be German-speaking. Why you think it won't happen? Which one, Luca? The Italian managers or David going to Chelsea? I don't think David will go to Chelsea because I don't think he really fits the way that they play. Even though, I mean, they had a big physical number 9 and they play better without one. So I guess you could maybe argue. I just think David plays better in the front too. And I don't know how effective he would be. But yeah, I don't know. And yeah, and then in terms of Sarri or Conte or anybody else who doesn't speak German, it won't happen. Look at any manager you want to think that might go to Dortmund and just need to know, do they speak English? Or do they speak German, yes or no? Oh, boys. Get Brandt off the pitch. No, that didn't have anything to do with Brandt. Oh, man, that stadium is bumping. I don't know what was going on at the back there. Look at this. Is it Bellingham who lost his guy? Jude. That's annoying. Defensive troubles. Well, Aubameyang's been a massive hit. It's so weird watching Barcelona playing with Ousmane Dembele and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. They're up 4-1 on Napoli away from home. What a wild, wild result, man. That's something else. Aubameyang just giving me flashbacks of when he was at Dortmund with Ousmane Dembele, and now they're both at Barca. He just literally got forced out of Arsenal, and he just scored 4 goals in a game and a half so far for. Dortmund should be banned from European competition due to this disrespectful performance. JJD. Here comes Marius Wolf. Well, I don't know what's going on. I would go to the bench as quickly as you can. Do something. You need 2 goals again. Here comes Mullen. Take the shot on Wallen. Finds Brandt. Marius Wolf. Terrible cross. Why doesn't Dortmund sign players from Argentina, Brazilian league like Liverpool and Man City? They like looking within the Bundesliga. Look at the history of what Dortmund like to do. Like I said, from their managers to their players. Does the manager speak German? Yes or no? Potential whether he's going to get the job. And they like doing similar with the players. A lot of the recruitment from both Bayern, Dortmund, Leverkusen, a lot of it comes within the league. You do well for another team that's technically under you in the Bundesliga, you get a promotion upward. They literally just signed Sula from Bayern. Sula didn't want to go elsewhere. A lot of German players like staying in the Bundesliga as well. So it's a lot of that, and they think it's too risky going out and taking a player from Brazil, Argentina, when they can just promote one within, whether it's from them or it's just from a Freiburg even. Like you see it all the time with players. Like Schotterbeck, for example, could be the next one. They'd much rather go for a player like him who's proven it in the Bundesliga. German, gets the language. Royce. Imagine you guys lose Holland too. I'm imagining it, my man. I'm imagining it. Barca scored a great goal from Aubameyang, assisted from Traore. Yeah, I popped over on DAZN and watched it. It's an Aubameyang finish that brings back good memories, which, you know, they shouldn't. Because Aubameyang pissed me right off. Kyle said, told you this would be a good game. 6 goals from a Scottish club. With Thomas Muller on his, yeah, there you go. Brazilian and Argentinian players are way too expensive, and just because of their nationality. Yeah, our last Argentine player did nothing. If he was to join an MLS team, for example, it'd be around 5 to 7 tops. I would like to emphasize, guys, that Rangers are a very good team. Don't underestimate them. They have beaten big teams in Europe. Yeah, guys. And I'm trying, and I for those of you guys, Rangers fans, and I hope you don't think I'm shitting on your club, because I said multiple times before the kickoff of the first leg that Dortmund are not guaranteed to win anything. It would not surprise me if Rangers took us out. No disrespect for the club. But at the same time, Dortmund, from the media, and us Dortmund fans, were expecting more. Not saying that we should run over Rangers by any stretch, but they were expecting more of a fight. You guys have been the better side over 2 legs. I say this match has been pretty nice so far. I think mental mistakes have really hurt us. Here's some good opportunities. Bellingham puts it through for Marco Reus. No! Oh, Reus! What happened? Oh, what a ball. What a touch. And he just... That was a perfect ball from Jude. And that was a perfect touch from Reus, and he just got it away from him. Kyle, I wouldn't... When you say the most successful team in Europe, man, it's just... I'm sorry, it's just not accurate. Just because you've won that many Scottish titles does not mean you're... When you say the most successful team in Europe, it's Real Madrid. They won the most Champions League. They've been the best of the best the most. You won the most in the Scottish League. Guess who will never compete in that league? Any other one who doesn't play in that league. It's not a good... That it doesn't... I'm sorry. That's nothing... Again. I'm not saying you guys are deserving your lead. You guys are deserving going through, but saying Rangers is the most successful league in Europe is hilarious, because you're not. You've won the most trophies because you play in a league where it's easy to do so. I'm sorry. It's you or Celtic. It's impressive how much you guys have both dominated, because you told me that, Kyle. I looked up the thing, and you and Celtic each have 100+ trophies, which is incredible, especially after you guys being put down. But I'm sorry, put United in there, put Dortmund in there. They would have that many trophies. When you say the most successful team in Europe, it's Madrid, and you can't change my mind about that. But that being said, huge kudos to the Rangers fans who are listening, because you guys have... That's a good ball, though. This game might not be over. What can Brandt do? Nothing. Get him off the pitch. But you guys have deserve your lead, and you're up by 2 right now, and you're gonna be heading to the round of 16. So, yeah, I can't sit here and I'm not trying to trip. I'm just meaning you're not the most successful team in Europe. Madrid is, and it's not that close. Win 13 Champions Leagues, and then you can be in that fight. Rangers have never won the Champions League. Celtic did. Not anyone is close to Madrid with 13. I know. That's just how I look at it. It's my opinion. You guys don't have to listen to a word I say. That's just my opinion. But Kyle's just, he's digging in. He knows that he's got me on the ropes. He knows that we're down by 2. And he just put an insult to injury, and I'm just sad. Brandt is embarrassing. We were being candidates for Europe. Now we're on the playoffs by Rangers. Yeah. Language should not be a barrier. Look at successful teams. Yeah, man, I agree. Language should not be a barrier. We should sign a manager who's better than Marco Rosa. We should sign players from around the world. We don't, though. So, it is what it is. I mean, I would take Klopp back. Klopp wants to come in here, man. Give him the keys to the house, man. But that's what's going to happen. Dortmund aren't, unless they just decide to turn a corner. Nothing will change. Nothing will change. Spurs handshake to Dortmund. Oh my God, what are you doing? Wow. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. It's got to sit here for 25 more minutes. Come on, VAR. At least save it. Make this game somewhat interesting. But yeah, that's why. Dortmund's next manager, and for the manager after that, will... Oh yeah, I mean, that's clean. That's just terrible. Oh man, Emre Can. Actually, he might have a shout. Come on. Take this goal back. Take this goal back just so we can have an interesting little bit. Yeah, no. I don't know. What do you guys think? Foul or no? Morales puts his foot in there, and I think there's something there. He's looking at it. I think there's a good chance this might get chalked off. I'm a Messi guy. Messi over Ronaldo for me. Was able to watch the man score live. Gage says it's a foul. Yash says it's good. Come on, chalk it off. Make this game at least a little interesting to the end. As a Scottish Canadian, I'm happy. Sorry, bro. Says Sir Duck. And it was taken away. So it's not completely over. But, I mean, man. Go to the bench. Get Brandt off the pitch. Bring on Mukuku. Bring on Tigges for all I care. They're not. You need to do something now. Chan got lucky. I thought at first Chan just mucked it up. But Morales did get his foot in there. Yeah. John says Rangers have a good chance of winning the Europa League in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know. Tigges. Okay, not that far, Josh. Not that far. You don't think so? Arfield has come out. Camaro's come in for Rangers. No, well, Guerrero's who I want. But, I mean, I think Tigges would be more effective. Tigges isn't someone I talk up highly, but he's got a decent goal-scoring record. But there's a substitution I did want to see. Yusufa Mukuku came on for Hazard. The goal was taken away. It is still 2-2, 6-4 on the night. Renier just came on as well. Double substitution. Not sure I love the Renier one. Who came off here? Who's the other body who came off? Hazard came off and Brandt. So, like for likes. Going out at the right attacking mid will be Yusufa Mukuku. And Renier will be going in on the left. Would you have liked Julian Alvarez from River? Potentially. I don't want him on loan, though. If we would have signed him, I think he would have probably been a decent little signing, but I don't want to see him come in on a loan from City for us to make him better and then send him back. Depending on what happens with Holland, man, I mean, we're stuck in a way with Mullen. And Mullen's showing that he can somewhat do a lone striker job. But I think Mullen's actually been pushed out to the wing right now, and Mukuku's playing at striker. Here comes Marius Wolf. Marius Wolf. Terrible shot. Ah. Not convincing. On BT Sport, this Scottish commentator is unbelievable. What's he saying, Jack? Got a corner kick coming up. Who to take. It's poor. And it's a goal kick. Hazard should have never been on the field today. I don't get it. I wouldn't go that far. He's as, like I said, he's as close. We're playing in a 4-2-3-1. He's as close as a winger you're gonna find. I'd argue Brandt should be nowhere near the field today. Who else are you gonna start out wide? We have nobody else to play that system. So I don't 100% agree with that. Andrew, now talking about his performance, he wasn't good. Neither was Brandt. Both of them had just been substituted off for Renier and Mukuku. We're not the depth you'd like to have right now. Someone fly in Holland. Red Star, Sparta. Oh, Mukuku. Red Star, Spartak, and West Ham are all beatable for Rangers. I agree. Rangers have a... If they move on from Dortmund, man, there's no reason to think that they can't go on and have a deep run. I'd argue now that Napoli and potentially Dortmund are out, that Barca is the clear favorites. Like, a good distant favorites. Does anyone know, has Barcelona ever won the Europa League? Anyone out there have any idea? I know that Dortmund obviously hasn't, which is why it would have been cool, but now they're going to get dumped out in the round of 32. Atalanta, I think, is a good one out there who can probably go deep. Here comes Jude. Oh, Jude! Renier is gone this year, right? He's finally gone. He is. He signed a 2-year loan deal. 0% chance that we're going to re-sign him. Apollo T says that Barcelona have won a Europa League. Shout out to you, my man. Leipzig will have a good shout. Sevilla is the Europa League kings, guys, so do not rule them out. Giveaway. Oh, but a good recovery tackle. Trying to find Mukuku. Wins a corner. Wins a corner. Barcelona won the UEFA Cup. Probably a different name at that time. Yasha's, they haven't won it. I guess the old, I guess they won the old version, not the new one. Well defended. Finds Hummels. Finds Royce. Oh, Royce, you gotta take a hit, man. Been scoring for fun lately. Yeet says Barcelona haven't won the Europa League, but they won the Cup, Winners' Cup, which is pretty much the Europa League. Dispossessed once again. But look at the recovery. Was that Schultz? So there you go. That was one of the best plays I've seen Schultz do all season, man. Because Kent is quick. And Schultz made up some good ground there, man. Damn. Scottish football is improving. It's producing a number of world-class talents once again. Yeah, it's a solid little league. It's a two-horse race kind of league. But you can argue the same for the Bundesliga. But yeah, Celtic and Rangers have decent squads. But it was surprising seeing Celtic get dumped out of the UEFA Conference League. Napoli spineless at the back. Josh, do you think Rosa has time to land in Germany? Nah. They just destroyed Napoli. Still no Rafa. Nice. There must be a knock, man. He must be injured. This will be the most embarrassing and boring season. What's the point of even playing Bundesliga? We won't finish top 3 if we continue like this. I think you're exaggerating a little bit. I'd be surprised if Dortmund finish anywhere else but second, man. We have a massive, massive lead with that. We have nothing else to worry about besides the Bundesliga. Odds are we're going to finish second place. We lost the Super Cup, got dumped out of the Champions League, got dumped out of the Europa League, got dumped out of the Pokal, and we're going to finish second place. That is as good as it gets. Pretty brutal season, to be honest. Underachieved in almost every aspect of the season if we can't turn this tie around, which doesn't really look like we're going to do. Celtic played the reserve team tonight. Did they? I thought I saw their front three. I thought it looked relatively decent, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But we got tickets coming on for Daniel Mullen. Really nothing left in the tank. But dispossessed, and you saw Kent going down. But Schultz made some real good recovery challenge there. Pulisic left the side versus Lille. So refreshing after his terrible form. Yeah, him on the left side is definitely at his best. I'm glad Celtic went out. I don't like teams that play reserves. I know the cups are still very important in Scotland, so they play a lot of games. I'm going to go check out who Celtic played today. I didn't think they played their reserves, but again, I don't fully remember. They lost 2-0 away. Let's take a look. I mean, they had... Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a fully stacked team. It was a split. There's some talent in there. But yeah, most of their big guns were rested, so... Yeah, no, that's fair, John. That's fair. Celtic played like 3 or 4 of their first team. Yeah. No, you're right. I looked at the front three and I was like, okay, that's the one new signing for us. Like, that's a decent little front three. But yeah, after that, it does definitely decline. Nathan Patterson is a massive stretch as a world class. Do you want Rosa gone, Josh? Who would you want in this situation? I don't know if I'm desperate. I'm not desperate for Rosa to be gone. I'm more desperate for the board just to give the manager what he wants. So whether it's Rosa, I don't think we're gonna find much of a better manager than Marco Rosa, to be honest, guys. Like I already said, you gotta ask yourself. The manager has to speak German. There's not all the best ones in the world. Like Tuchel's not gonna come back. Klopp's not gonna come back. There are some other decent options, but Rosa's a decent manager. He just doesn't have any of the tools he actually wants. But I really don't care. I'm not hell-bent on him staying or going. I think he's done a very mediocre job. Even given the circumstances and the benefit of the doubt, I think he's done average at best. If he stays, then I think that's not unfair. And if he leaves, I don't think that's unfair. Jude is screaming. He literally hates it here. I don't blame him. Getting frustrated, man. The boys have nothing to play for, really. Just making sure they finish in the top 4. Ideally, finish in second. It's a decent ball. Rangers coming up. Let's sell our loan Tigges. Bring in Taz from Dortmund, too. He's way better than Tigges. I don't know if either one of that is the answer, man. No one from our U23 is, I think, going to make or break this Dortmund team. Would you prefer Terzic or Rosa? I would have preferred Terzic at the beginning of the season. But now that we went for Rosa, there's nothing to play for, man. You might as well just let him finish out the season and then make it a season in the summer. It's hard to know. Was Terzic's time here luck? Was it skill? Was it a little bit both? He doesn't have Sancho anymore. He might not have Holland. I don't know. I feel like I'd stick with Rosa for another season. See if he can do anything with a potential newly backed team with some positions in the proper areas of the pitch. Mate, this commentator's screaming penalty for that. I'm not sure what you're watching it on. I'm not listening to the commentary right now, so I don't even know who's commentating on the zone stream I'm on. But here goes Mukuku with a decent little run. He's got no one with him. Final 10 minutes of this one. 2-2 on the night. 6-4 on aggregate. Tigges with the ball. Decent cross from Tigges. I wasn't expecting that, but poor header from Akuku. Would have liked that to have been switched. Would have liked that ball come in from Akuku and then Tigges trying to pull something in. That was a decent run from Tigges, clearly onside, and whipped that in with his left. But terrible header from Akuku. This hideous jersey was literally so unlucky. Trust me, it's just that. In Sydney's last European game. Yep. Excited to see him come over to TFC. We'll definitely be going to watch him live. I seriously respect Jude. Seems the most passionate player Dortmund have. He is, man. He is by far the most passionate player that Dortmund has. I think he's been the most passionate player last season as well. He just loves the game, man. Wants to win. I think Rosa deserves time, though. He has no healthy players, no wingers, no signings. Unlike Terzic, Fabra from the time at Dortmund, Rosa shows a game style. Terzic was gegenpressing and hoped that Fabra well. Yeah, but at the same time, like I've talked about, Rosa, and I agree with everything he said. I don't disagree at all, and I do think Rosa probably will get another season. I know he's going to get another season, and I don't have any issue with giving him another season. But what I do have issue at is just some of the decision-making. I know he likes his 4-3-3 and his 4-2-3-1. I love that he wants to have an identity to this squad. Nothing wrong with that. But wait till next season. Wait till next season when you can maybe have players to fit it. This team is 3-4-2-1 through and through. Even 4-3-2-1. You don't have wingers, man. And you're making your players play out of position, and it looks terrible. On top of decisions like I talked about with playing Hummels on the outside of a back three. Like, really, he's made my head scratch a few times. But with all that being said, I still think he deserves another season, as long as the board can give the poor man somewhat what he wants. Why do we always sub on Tigges is a bad look in my opinion. He's a second team player. That's just the truth. He's not really a second team player. I don't think he's appeared for them all that much. For me, he's a substitute player for Dortmund. That's what he is, and that's kind of what he's been. But yeah, to me, apparently, I don't know. I'm thinking Guerrero had a knock. Chan plays in Mukuku, gets a corner. Why did Mullen come out, but not Brandt? Brandt did come out. Mullen was substituted for Tigges, and Brandt was substituted for Mukuku. Royce looks like he's hurting right now. That would be a bit of a disaster. I think Royce might have to get substituted, man. He's looking like he's really hurting there. If you guys are still with us, though, it was an entertaining game. You can't take that away. Not really the result we're all looking for, but be sure to drop a like, guys, if you're just still with us and you haven't done so yet. And let us know what your thoughts are on the match so far. Tigges just throws his man to the ground. Rosa wouldn't get the team he wants. Probably another 16-year-old prodigy from Nigeria or something. Don't worry, guys. Dortmund will bounce back. Not this season. Not this season. Royce doesn't look good, though, man. I'd try to get him off. Oh, yeah. There we go. The big substitution we need. Axel Witsel coming on for Marco Reus. Oh, wow. Yeah, I thought Schultz had a pretty decent game tonight, actually. I thought Chan and Hummels really looked all over the place. Tigges could be a great striker if given a chance. I don't think at the level of Dortmund. I don't think he'll ever be a great striker for Dortmund. I think he can maybe get a move to another team in the Bundesliga a little further down. Maybe get an opportunity there. But I think for Dortmund, he'll play a bit part role, and that's about it. Marius Wolf. Time to get destroyed by Augsburg and pretend everything's okay. We have 0 bench. I just love it. It's 2-2 game. We're bringing off Marco. I mean, if Royce is injured, bringing off Marco Reus and bringing on Axel Witsel. Oh man. Ref, come on. That's nothing. Just not having it. Little run there from Mukuku. Gets taken down. Nothing. Royce is coming off. Hopefully he's okay, man. We're going to even need him for a Bundesliga push. He looks like he got a little dead leg. Witzel comes on. No idea why. Who could we have brought on? Let's take a look. Who could we have brought on that would have been more sense than bringing on? No one really. Pongacic, Paslak. I mean, Guerrero's obviously not fit. So it would have been... Yeah, so I mean, Witzel's your only option, really. Is what it is. Barcelona with an incredible performance, man. The new favorites. Aubameyang, PK, Frankie de Jong, Alba. Wow. Why is Jude complaining so much? So annoying, for real. It's passion, my man. He's pissed off. My heart's broken. Stan, it's coming out tonight, I think. We seriously don't have players. Yeah, the bench is hurting. Josh, just to be sure, what position are we playing today? What position? What do you mean? What formation? We played a 4-2-3-1 today. After the success we had with the 3-4-2-1, just made sense to go back to the 4-2-3-1. Why not? Made a lot of sense. But we didn't have a Kanji and any proper center back, so is what it is. People talk Holland too good for this team, but he's always injured this season. It is a... Oh, that's a tough challenge there. It is an area you need to be careful with because Erling Haaland is an incredible, incredible talent. There's no getting around it. But man, for a young age, he's missed a lot of football. He has got an injury problem, man, and you gotta be somewhat nervous. But this is a massive night for Rangers fans. Just saw some images of fans hugging and celebrating and tearing up. And there's no getting around that. This is a big night, man. Took Dortmund on. Over 2 legs. They were the better side. Dortmund typically shooting themselves in the foot. And unless something miraculous happens here, Rangers will be moving on to the round of 16, and Dortmund's disappointing season continues. Bellingham. Can they make it real interesting here? What's Marius Wolf going to do? Yeah, I mean, they played the 3-4-2-1 against Gladbach. And then they went back to the 4-2-3-1 after winning 6-0. Didn't make a lot of sense. But like I said, Akanji wasn't there, and that's a big part of playing that 3 at the back. So Rosa kind of had his hands tied, but I think he could have made it work. Do we play in the Conference League? No. Our European dreams are done. Out of the cup, out of Europe, we'll be competing for top 4. I think Dortmund will finish 4th at best. That's a bad prediction, man. Look at the Bundesliga standings. I know Dortmund's had a bad season, but I'd be surprised if they finished anything else but 2nd place. They have nothing else to worry about besides the Bundesliga. There are plenty of points in front of Leverkusen. Look at Ryan Kent go, man. The speed, Goes for one from distance. 4 minutes added on here before this one wraps up. A lot of frustration here in the chat. Europe this season, always thinking we have a good draw. Yeah, the stadium in Glasgow right now, man, is going wild. In my opinion, I think the medical staff has a bit of something to do with the injuries. It's insane this season. I can't speak to that, man. I don't know, but it is ridiculous the amount of injuries that we've had. Could be bad luck. I don't know if it's fair to completely blame the medical staff, but it's been ongoing. The commentator from where I was watching was so biased towards Kent. I can see how he's good, but I didn't play good today, in my opinion. I thought Kent was decent. I thought he was a little lively. I don't think he took over this match by any stretch. So I don't know what the commentator said, but Kent wouldn't have been my man of the match. But he was definitely lively, man. He's speedy, had a couple good looks, but yeah, disappointment, man. Dortmund, handshake to Celtic. We do have a lot of love for each other, and we'll be crashing out on the same day together. Could have won it, but Rangers played well. We could. I mean, the first leg, man, losing 4-2 at home, pretty tough to try to turn that thing around. I think we could have definitely won today, but I don't know. Sold Sancho, bought Malen. How stupid is our board? There's nothing the board could have done about that move. Buying Malen, yes, but selling Sancho wanted out. There's nothing we could have really done. Could have tried to force him there, but Kent destroyed 3 of your defenders at once. Did he score, though? Didn't think so. He had an atrocious finish, so he's like, I can't get any further, so I'll take a shot from, 35 yards out. It's an exaggeration, for maybe 20 yards out. But no, I thought Kent was lively. I just don't think he dominated this match or by any stretch. But he's a shifty player. He's a speedy player. What has happened to Dortmund? The board. The board gets a lot of the blame, in my opinion, for constructing this team, for buying young, flashy players and not giving the manager what he actually needs and or wants, and then being surprised when it doesn't work. But hey, we can sell players on. Don't forget that. We just need a clean sweep, man. Dump a lot of these players out of the club. Try getting players that fit what the manager wants to do, and start over, man. This needs to be a real rebuild. It really does. Not just a one in, one out kind of deal. COVID hopefully pissing off soon. Money, a little bit more money coming into the club. It'd be nice to see. But there's about 10 seconds left. Mats Hummels with a final ball. 4 minutes have been played, and there's the game. 2-2 on the night. 6-4 for Rangers after 2 legs. This one comes to an end. Arsenal won. For anyone who cares, Lacazette scored in the 95th. Wow. We conceded 16 to a Scottish team from a weak league. Dortmund is an absolute joke. I don't want to take too much shots at Rangers, man. I think full credit to them. They played very well over the 2 legs. Should Dortmund have done better? Yeah, but it is what it is, guys. But all right, we're going to wrap the video up. Josh, you need to make a video about rebuilding Dortmund. Realistic. Do a little career mode would be the most realistic thing to do. But all right, that's the end of Dortmund's journey, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in once again for the live stream, as Dortmund has nothing to play for, really. I know we're 6 points behind Bayern, but maybe I'm just being negative. We have nothing really to play for. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to drop a like on your way out. It is appreciated, even though that we lost. Drop a sub as well. You guys were a lot of fun in the chat, as always. And yeah, is what it is. Kudos to Rangers, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers, friends.